Hello, beautiful earth angels. Happy Wednesday. And we're just starting the new moon cycle. So that's really exciting. It peaks on Friday. And I'm hopping on live to share a real life, very current, in the moment story. And so my name is Jill Kempner, angel coach, alchemist, and author of Receiving from Your Angels. She's right here today. 4 practices to heal your pain with angel love. And my mission is to lead highly sensitive, highly intuitive souls to transform their pain into peace and become calm, clear, and confident with angel love and relaxation. And this is my passion. This is my mission. And I also understand that as part of my mission is because I've lived it. I've lived through multiple traumas. The tragic loss of my father when I was a child, my own dark night of the soul, navigating and supporting my mom and brother through my brother's traumatic car accident, and then the recent loss of my mother and my brother. And these multiple initiations, right, have shaped me, have shaped my journey, have shaped my mission. And so I'm so devoted to helping you take the lead in your life and turn it into spiritual gold. So I want to talk about my lead and the lead that just came up for me. And we do this through the alchemy formula. And I'm going live today. It's a bit of a miracle, to be honest with you. And that was one of my cards today. And trust me, I was praying. That was one of the things I was doing to shift my energy. So some of you know, I know some of you are new to me. So I have a physical condition. It's called Crohn's disease. And essentially it's inflammation. It's inflammation in the gut. And there's 2 particular areas that can flare up for me. Hi, say hi if you're here. Welcome. And after the Gems of the Journey, which I did in February, and those were a series of Facebook Lives where I was digging in the dirt. I was digging for gold. I was digging for the gems, and I was looking at the dash, the time between my mom's diagnosis and death. And it was incredibly vulnerable, but it was also incredibly healing and necessary. And so during that time, I came on live and I shared different parts of the journey and what I had learned from that. And I took it from being the hardest, most hellish, most horrible year of my life into a new space, into looking at the pain, the stress, the trauma, the PTSD through the eyes of love. And that's really what I do as an angel coach, right? I help you look at your pain through the eyes of love. And so I experienced some really miraculous relief. I went, with this particular issue, I'm usually at a 2 or a 3 pain, all the time. And I had 0 pain. And I was like, oh my gosh. And what did I do? I was like, well, how'd you get to 0 pain? Well, I applied the alchemy formula. Invitation plus devotion plus intention plus R to the 3rd equals alchemy. And I did that particular process around every hard thing that had happened to me. Not every hard thing. Let me take that back. A lot of the hard things. There's still more in there. And I got such relief that I went to 0 pain. How awesome is that? And I rode that wave for a little while, and I went back to some of the old Jill behaviors because I was feeling good and better and lighter and less pain. So I, ate a little more sugar. I sometimes would eat later at night. and I didn't honor my sacred rhythm, which was one of my cards this month, which I noticed when I was cleaning up. Respect your rhythm. And so slowly the cycle started again, right? And last week I did have some like irritation, inflammation, and that was a sign to slow down. That was a sign to, redevote and recommit to all the things I know help me. So of course there's the physical, right? Getting enough sleep, healthy movement, drinking enough water, eating foods that don't trigger the inflammation. So all of that is so important. But also the continued digging, if you will, and continuing to get the gems of not only what happened with my mom, but the gems of this particular issue in the tissue that I've been very focused on this year, healing. And you know what? I got busy, and which was so great, and all the things. So today I woke up and my stomach was kind of bothering me. And I had a big day because I was a sponsor at Women Supporting Women luncheon. And it was so awesome. I mean, it was a room full of mission-driven women, and the energy in that room, the power in that room was so beautiful. So I was honored to be a sponsor and a little nervous, right, to speak in front of like all these new people. And I had 2 minutes. And I did great. Like, I made one mistake, but it was like, whatever. It wasn't a mistake. I forgot what to say for a minute because I only had the 2 minutes, but then I came right back and I finished strong. And it was a very positive experience and everything. But during this like whole day, my stomach's like kind of hurting a little bit more. And I'm thinking, my parts, right? I had a lot of parts. I have this part that was like, this sucks that it's happening today because, this was a really important day for you. You're a sponsor at this thing. And, I had a table and I had all my flyers and I really wanted to connect with people, but I was in like some pain today. And I was like, oh no. And then whatever, I just had I had unintentional models about it. And it was like such a learning because I was like, whoa, this is what I help people with, right? That I help people shift from pain to peace. So came home and I was guided to take a walk. And I reached out to a friend. A friend had asked me how my day was going. So I let her know that I was in pain and I needed some healing. And I was really glad that I had someone to reach out to. Obviously, I reached out to my angels as well. But it was a shift because I was in my pain body. My gut was hurting. And the inner resistance, the work that I had to do to not judge myself was taking up a lot of energy because I felt the judgment want to come back, right? The shame want to come back, right? Those parts of my ego. And I was like, no, like I am my soul. This is a part. I'm going to learn from this. And so I reached out to the friend and I mean, literally within minutes, I started to feel better. So thank you so much for sending me Healing Beautiful Dawn. And I started to shift and I was like, wait. And I remembered one of my angel cards today was expect a miracle. And I'm like, okay, Raphael, like, let's bring it on, right? So I started praying to Archangel Raphael. And then it was like, what came to me was two things, but one was like, okay, just do the alchemy formula. And I was like, well, I'm outside. And I'm like, oh no, this is the perfect time to do it. So I did it, right, on myself. And I said, okay, beautiful angels. And then I'm going to share the guidance that I received that brought me back to my intuition. So I invited my angels, right? Thank you for guiding, surrounding, directing, and protecting me for my highest good and highest healing and helping me trust I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And as soon as I said that, I was like, okay, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And I could feel the calm settle in. And then I remembered I am the keeper of my mind and body, and I welcome only those angels, guides, and earth angels that love me unconditionally. So this isn't some, this isn't punishment or an attack of any type of way. It's like, whoa, I'm the keeper of my mind and body. I'm going to choose different thoughts, and then I'm going to feel different. So I got my power back, right? I started to calm down and start to feel my power back. And then I did my sacred mantra, and that's part of what the guidance was from my angels. The sacred mantra, right? I'm devoted to receiving love and clarity from my angels. And I didn't just say the mantra. I said it, and then I let myself receive it. You know, I really slowed down to understand what was happening in my body, to understand what was happening in my gut, what I was learning. And then I was like, okay, intention. Okay, I'm intending to release gut pain. I'm like, any layer of gut pain I can release. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. I was like, any layer of gut pain I can release. Like, let's do this. And I'm receiving, and I just like tuned in. I'm like, what do I need to receive? And I was like, okay, peace and calm. Like, I want everything to calm down, right? The flare, the tension, the gripping in my gut. I wanted it all to calm down. So I set that intention. And that automatically I started to feel better. Before I even did like consciously relaxing, consciously releasing, and consciously receiving, I already started to shift. And I was like, thank you so much. And it was like, and then my intuition started to open back up. So I let my body relax, you know, physically relaxed. I relaxed emotionally, which actually was a big part of it, because I could feel the judgment. I could feel the shame. I could feel the like, why did this have to happen today when I had like this really important day of meeting everybody? Oh, hi, Sharon. Namaste. I was like, why is this happening today? Like, the emotional relaxation created a lot of space. And then mentally, I'm like, you know what? My mind is open to divine mind. I want to understand why this is happening in my body, and I'm open to the downloads. And then the spiritual relaxation, which is surrender, right? It's like, okay, like I'm willing to surrender the heaviness, the pain, the wounding, whatever it is, and receive the gem. And then, I just said, okay, like angels, whatever can release right now, I'm willing to release it. And I'm willing to see this differently through the eyes of love. I'm willing to get a gem from this gut pain that felt, it was just like a challenging day to have it happen. And so here's what started to happen, right? And how my body brought me back to my intuition. So I started to see flashes in my mind of multiple times during the week when I was eating too fast, when I was eating standing, and when I was eating something that was totally a no for my body. Like I had these flashes, I had the clairvoyance. But the claircognizance came, and I have a class on Saturday all about that. The claircognizance came when I had this total download of something I had received in the class last week. So last week I taught a class called Clarity, the Alchemy of Devotion, and it was amazing. It's the second class in my Angelic Alchemist membership. And the class was amazing. The feedback was amazing. The vibration, the frequency was amazing. And we asked a question in the class. And the question was, where, beautiful soul, beautiful angels, where in my life are you guiding me to say this to say this sacred mantra? I'm devoted to receiving love and clarity from my angels. And I got a fully formed, right, claircognizant message that said, before you eat. It was clear as day. And I thought, because for me, it was an up level. I'm teaching this class. Some of you have been with me. Some of you have been with me for years. Some of you are brand new to me. So your guidance, like when you were guided to use it, might have been like right when you wake up in the morning. But I'm committed to this practice. I've been doing it. I created it and I've been doing it for years. So it was like, where's my tweak? Where's my up level? And for me, it was before I eat. And then I realized the angels showed me with so much love. Please understand that the guidance I received was filled with compassion and gentleness, and it brought relief. I saw all the times I ate too fast, too late, or too much of a food that triggers me. And it came when the messages were coming through, it was like, oh, that's why you wanted me to say that mantra before I eat, because it's protecting my gut. It's protecting my clairsentience, protecting my health and well-being. Isn't that beautiful? So I really wanted to come on live and share that with you. I have an oracle card that fell. Which one fell? I need this one. So I gotta tell you, I love oracle cards, if you know me, and I use them all the time as a way to focus my energy, to deepen my connection to my angels, and to stay devoted to my fuel. I want to show you 3 cards that were part of this month, April. And my fuel this month is clarity, because I was going to teach a clarity class, which I did already. And I've received so much clarity even just talking about this. And then I'm teaching the claircognizance class on Saturday, April 18th at Sacred Ground. So I was like, okay, clarity is going to be an awesome fuel. I want to embody that. Teach me about it. And so the ingredients of clarity are simplify one step at a time, release the unnecessary, the confusion, the clutter, the control, and return to the sacred, right? Devote and redevote. So those are the ingredients of clarity. And these 3 cards, when I was cleaning up my room today and reorganizing my room, I saw these 3 cards and I thought, this is so aligned with what I'm talking about right now. Almost predictive in a way. So I got the Black Madonna, the Lady of Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. And I thought, this is what I do. This is me. This is my medicine. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. And I had a lived experience of that with this gut pain flare up and then the alchemy formula, right? It's like, okay, I get a chance to practice my medicine, and it shifted me completely because it brought me back to that heart of service of why I do this. And no, I don't want to be in pain for me to remember that. So let's work on that, angels. But if I can turn it into a gem and share it with you and inspire you and help you heal, then like it's worth it, right? Then I can get to the other side. So that heart of service. And then I know I showed you this before, but I was like, respect your rhythm. And where I wasn't respecting my rhythm, and I realized this, was eating too fast, eating too late, and eating too much of the trigger foods. So I forgot to respect my own beautiful rhythm, the rhythm that my body needs, and everyone's body's different, right? But your body will tell you what's a yes and what's a no. And so, boy, has this reset me to be so much more intentional about what I put in my body. And then I haven't even read this card in the message of it, but this feels so aligned. I'm not sure if I'm going to say his name right. Asclepios. It sounds very Greek. So if you know how to pronounce it, you can DM me. Sacred medicine. And I was like, yep. This is medicine. The alchemy formula is medicine. And it leads you back to your intuition, those clear thoughts. So I just wanted to share that with you. I have an amazing class on Saturday at Sacred Ground. And I'm so excited to start talking. This is the Angels and Intuition series. And there are 5 classes spread across the whole entire year. And we're starting at the top with claircognizance. So we're going to talk about what is intuition, the two types of intuition. We're going to talk about claircognizance and the shadow of claircognizance. So and I'm going to give lived experiences and real life experiences of claircognizance so you can understand when you're getting claircognizant messages, right? And so you can understand, but we want to receive the claircognizance. We want to trust the claircognizance messages. And then we want to have the courage to take action on it. And that's what this class is going to give you the confidence to do. So then we're going to have so there's a teaching, and then there's an activation. And this activation is actually outlined in my book in practice number 4, Receive and Trust Your Intuition. And we're going to invite Archangel Uriel, the angel of illumination, the angel of innocence, the angel of hope, to open up your crown chakra and your claircognizance to the next level so that you can receive those clear angel thoughts, the thoughts that bring peace, relief, and healing. And then the core of our work together to help you build confidence is partner work. So you're going to partner up and share claircognizant messages. And I'm going to lead you through that step by step so it feels so supported, so powerful. And it's going to build your confidence in both receiving those messages and sharing them. Because we're getting downloads not only for ourselves, but for humanity. And when we have that heart of service that we're going to share our message and our medicine with others, that's when we become magnetic. That's when we become the frequency of our soul. So my intention is that you leave this workshop feeling calm, clear, and confident, and that you also have a gem, right? A gem from whatever pain or issue or struggle or trauma you're working on right now. I'm excited to get some gems around my Crohn's disease and gut pain that I've been working on for a while, and get back to that freedom I felt, the pain-free freedom that I felt earlier this year when I was applying the alchemy formula to my gut and to the wound that I was carrying around the loss of my mom, and from diagnosis to death. And so I hope all of this resonated. All that information, I have a Facebook event, and then all that information is on my website, jillkempnerhealing.com. I would love for you and your angels to join us. It's from 3 to 5 p.m. The investment is $47. And it's going to be relaxing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be joyful. And yeah, you're going to receive a lot of downloads. You're going to understand yourself and your intuition to the next level. And that's my intention with all of these angels and intuition workshops. And I look forward to seeing you then. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you for sharing, liking, and commenting if this resonated with you. And yeah, I've been taking my Facebook lives and putting them on YouTube so I can, keep supporting other earth angels and empaths. So yeah, thanks for listening, and thank you for the love and blessings and positive energy. And I'll see you soon. Okay. Mwah. Bye everyone. Hope to see you Saturday. Namaste.